big right hand by Mayweather. It's just a matter of how much more of this could he take. 3, 4.
Openings from a distance.
That right hand is landing very accurately now from Broner.
Nice short left.
Was landing the clean, effective blows. Then as the round goes on, here comes Margarito with this sort of accumulation of punches where eventually he started penetrating and landing his shots. Rough round to score.
There's her dreaming down the left eye. That may have been caused by that right. Belt away from Andrew Maloney. Oh, he snapped his head back! Franco does damage to Maloney. Of Andrew.
What's going on, y'all? Shout out to my boy, Nam Fam. Always showing love. Thanks for the t-shirt, bro. I appreciate the love and support for my channel. I'm at 80 subscribers now. And, you've been with me since day one. And today I'm with my boy overseas, man. It's so dope to be able to touch base with people from overseas and to, they share the same love for the sport of boxing and, mixed martial arts or anything, to be active. It's so dope. I'm here talking with Coach Stijn, Impact Boxing Sports, and he's always active. He's a fireman. Go show him some love. His Instagram will be in the description down below. And thanks again, y'all, for coming back. So how you feeling today, bro? Just getting off a long shift. How was your day?
The day is great. Sun is shining, and I want to thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it a lot. Talking about boxing is something I love doing, especially with you guys overseas, because for me the mecca of boxing is in the United States. So every time when I see images from the US, my heartbeat goes harder, and I want to be there. I just want to be there.
For sure. And so how did you get into, starting, building your gym and getting into boxing?
The gym is a long story. Getting into boxing is something that I immediately knew from the first time I saw Rocky, the movie, at the age of 7, and I was sold. Unfortunately, here in Belgium, boxing is not really the sport that everybody likes. It's not that popular. So it was hard as a kid to get to a gym. My father was against it, so my mother was bringing me to the classes behind his back, more or less. But eventually he got to appreciate what I was doing. So, and then we don't have the same level skills as you guys have in the US. I mean, the know-how is very limited in Europe, especially, London is a very good country for boxing, and then let's say Spain and Italy, then Germany, and the rest are all focused on Muay Thai. So if you want to do real normal boxing, it's difficult to find a very high technical level. So that's why I started traveling, and I wanted to gather the know-how, because I was looking for a trainer myself. And as I was not finding one, I said, okay, I will become one. So that's the whole adventure. And then the same with the gym. I was looking for a gym to join. And finally, I made up my mind, and I understood to own a gym gives you a lot of more freedom to teach the way you want.
Yeah.
And that's how I decided to look for a place. And on lucky me, I don't know, probably the universe is with me. Across my street, there was a place, and I entered it. they sell kitchens, and I asked, the day you sell this, I want to buy it. And they said, well, today we want to sell.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
like an invisible boot kicked my ass inside.
That's so crazy. It's like right across the street.
Yeah, for 2 years I was passing by and I was thinking, oh man, what a dream, what a dream. I would love to have this. And one day I really felt like today you have nothing to lose. Get in there, like my last hope, last chance. And they say, yeah, well, we want to sell it.
Wow. Amazing.
Dream coming true.
For real.
And I didn't even realize that this was like a dream, to have your own gym. How cool it is.
Mhm.
How important it is to decorate it a bit like you want it, to to be able to teach the way you want to screen a bit the public that you want to teach, because I don't teach everybody. So it's not a public gym, it's more like a private gym.
More like you know, if you know them, basically. Someone
If
knows.
people are polite, that's like the entrance. But some people just think the customer is king, and for me it's different. I give my soul to boxing, so yeah, there is a kind of a politeness and respect involved.
That's
So
so
if people don't go along with your story, let's say, and they don't understand how important this yeah this boxing thing is for you,
Mhm.
then they can go elsewhere. But if they know this is really like a temple,
Yeah, for real.
then they will learn so much. Because when a student is receptive, the teacher cannot stop giving. On the other hand, when you think you already know everything,
Mhm.
nothing will enter.
For real. Man, that's real, bro. For real. You got me like zoned in.
Really,
Yeah,
it's
for real.
from my heart. We didn't rehearse this.
And so my next question is, you know, what's the biggest influence that keeps you motivated?
Whew, what a question.
Mhm.
That's a hard question.
That's a hard question.
Yeah, what is the biggest influence? Shit. Meaning like a boxer or
It could be like anything that was like in the past or now, like that you carried over to keep you motivated and like, you know, positive towards everything.
it's all an evolution. In the beginning, you're so hungry, you want to be able to do everything yourself.
Hmm.
You want to be able to have the best cross, the best hook, the best defense, the best footwork. And then you start teaching, and then you see the flaws, but you see your own flaws in the student. And in the beginning, you think it's the student's fault, or it's a lack of talent, etc., etc. And the more I I understand about it, the better I'm able to explain to all different kind of people what I'm trying to share with them,
Hmm.
and they get it, and that's like so motivating. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course there is ego involved every time,
Oh yeah.
with everybody, and I want to be the best coach, uh, which I think I am, especially in my country. Um, Before I was frustrated that people wouldn't recognize it, and now I'm ashamed of that feeling, because it's normal when you're young, you immediately think you're better. And now the more that I work, the more I teach, the less I know, and that's humbling. So now when somebody's entering and I'm able to look for the right word, to put their heart on fire for boxing,
Mhm.
the way I feel it, or we can share some sparks.
Mhm.
That thing is amazing. And the most important thing for me is to be you congruent is the word. So what you say, you have to be able to do and prove and show proof from movies. I mean, boxing, like film study, or other coaches, or etc. etc. And then you can pass the spark. You
Mhm.
can pass the flame.
That's like, it's really cool to hear that, because growing up in the United States, it's like you really don't hear about a lot of gyms when I was growing up, but
Hmm.
like now that I'm older, being 32, I used to think it was just, Floyd Mayweather, his gym and his like, it was like his like he ruled the world, basically.
Hmm.
And now, being able to interview and touching up with all over the world, pro fighters, coaches, promoters. It's wild because like it's such a big community.
Hmm. Yeah.
And
Floyd, sorry.
I love it.
Floyd did a great job of promoting boxing with all the folklore and the colors and the cars, etc. So he managed to capture a big audience
Mhm.
for his show. And I used to go to clubs in basements, smelly, humid. And when I went to the Mayweather gym, it was like, yeah, you don't always have to be so, it doesn't have to smell like blood. It can be very clean. People can be very friendly. You don't have to feel the hostility. And this inspired me a lot for my gym, for instance,
Mhm.
and for my approach towards boxing. But it's also his style of boxing. Eh? He's my favorite fighter.
Mhm.
And this is also something I like to show. Everybody can learn to box. I'm not saying everybody is able to be a champion, but to learn how to box, oh my God, this shit is so deep. And it goes so far that you can apply all the things you learn in your real life. Yeah.
It is. It's like me never being in boxing, but liking the sport, and me being, always active doing sports and stuff other than
Okay.
boxing. Um, it's like you need that in your life. It's like a getaway. Is
Hmm.
sports and staying active. I think it keeps your mind focused, and it makes your mind work like when it's asleep, basically. you know and that's why I put towards this channel is like I could be at work, I could be doing some other stuff, or I could be out with the family, and I'm always thinking of what's next for my channel.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
this interview right here, I've been really looking forward to it because it's like just seeing your gym online. I was like, dang man, like you're really doing something over there. And I see who you've met on your Instagram, pro fighters, and one in particular, is there any one boxer that you have met in person that who you think is like the hardest, like works hard?
Hardest worker. Phew.